Hello, what is up you guys? My name is Noah and today's date is Friday the 9th of December and I'm currently packing my bag to go to my partner's house because tomorrow morning we're going to be setting off to London for my very first Gendercare appointment, which is really cool. I'm going to be meeting with Dr Lorimer and discussing my gender identity, and hopefully I'll be officially diagnosed with gender dysphoria and discuss him prescribing me testosterone. Really exciting stuff. Hopefully I'm going to try and vlog all of tomorrow while we're in London, little nice video clips here and there, and I'll get back to you guys then, so speak to you soon, bye. What is up you guys? I hope you liked that little video montage of my day in London at my Gendercare appointment, and now I am here to talk about it in a little bit more detail. So first and foremost, Gendercare is a private healthcare service and they specialise in working with transgender people or gender non-conforming people, anyone struggling to come to terms with their gender identity. The reason I went private rather than stay on the NHS pathway is because the NHS pathway for transgender people is very long and very tiresome, and it can take around 2 years before you start medically transitioning and they give you hormones, which is a really long time living as a transgender person and not being seen as the gender that you identify as. Whereas for Gendercare, I booked my appointment in late June and I had my appointment on Saturday just gone. So that was the 10th of December, which is roughly a 6-month wait-ish, which is a lot faster than any of the NHS pathways. So the procedure for Gendercare is you book your first appointment with a guy called Dr Lorimer, and that's the guy that I met on Saturday. And he has the ability to give you a bridging prescription for testosterone or estrogen, whichever type of hormones you are trying to get hold of. So yeah, he can essentially get you started on your medical transition. But you also have to have a follow-up appointment booked with Dr Seal, who is the endocrinologist. His waiting lists take a little bit longer. I think my appointment is in April, so it's probably been pushed back a little bit for next year, but it's not that long of a wait, and if you're already started on testosterone or whatever you want, then it's really not that bad at all. Each appointment with Gendercare costs £220, so for the 2 appointments it'll cost £440, which honestly for like private healthcare is pretty reasonable. I know there's a lot of other like healthcare services for trans people and they're a lot more pricey or they're not as reliable, whereas Gendercare is a reliable service. They are genuine doctors and endocrinologists who will review your blood tests and stuff, and they're a safe organisation to go with. Okay, so now onto my appointment. First of all, Lorimer is the nicest man and doctor I have ever met. He was so genuine, so nice and kind and funny, and it was like talking to an old friend. I could have sat there all day and had bants with him. He was really lovely, really easy to talk to, and he was really validating, and he never once, you know, made me feel uncomfortable or feel like he was viewing me in a feminine manner or anything. It was really professional and he was really, really nice guy. There's nothing to worry about if you have an appointment booked with him. So I went in, I sat down, and pretty much the hour appointment consists of him asking all about your life. So every single thing from birth up until now, and then possibly where you want to be in the future as well. So, you know, he asks about your friends, your family, your relationships, your job, your sex life, anything and everything you could think of. He'll also ask you what you want from him from that appointment, and obviously my response was testosterone, please, and he will try his very best to do what he can for you. In regards to tea, he asked if I'd done any research prior to that appointment, and I said of course, about as much research as anyone could ever do on testosterone, because I am just willing to have it in me, please. And he sort of asked what I want from testosterone, what I don't want from testosterone, the sort of pros and cons, and I said everything positive that I could have from tea I want. You know, the acne and the oily skin and the big appetite, it really doesn't even weigh up as a bad like con. I mean, it's not even that big of a deal. I don't mind having spotty skin if it means that I'm going to present in a masculine way. I honestly don't care. He also asked to see my deed poll and my blood results, and there was an issue with my blood results. So when I had my bloods taken up in Newcastle with my GP, they were really, really rubbish and they didn't test for estrogen. No idea why. It was a completely stupid and incompetent mistake on their behalf. And I was kind of fretting about this to Dr Lorimer, and the long short of it was he said, don't worry, I don't think it's going to be a deal breaker. I want to try and get you on testosterone without having to have more bloods done, because it is a ball ache for me to have to go back to Newcastle to have it done again. At the end of the appointment, he said he was formally diagnosing me with gender dysphoria, which means that I'm officially trans, which is pretty cool, because while you don't have to have a diagnosis of gender dysphoria to be trans, it's really, really validating to know that you spoke to a doctor and that they sort of back you up in what you feel inside. It's a really nice feeling. He also said that within the next 2 weeks he would get back to me, and after speaking to Dr Seal, the endo, he would discuss my lack of estrogen results and try and get me on tea without them. So I left thinking, great, 2 weeks, I'll know whether or not I'm going to be on tea. I got home about 10 p.m. No, I got home a lot later, about midnight, and I switched my phone on because it had died, and he had emailed me at 10 p.m. to say that no estrogen was not a deal breaker at all. All I needed to do was call my doctors, find out my value for my testosterone blood results, let him know, and he could give me the go-ahead for testosterone. And it doesn't even feel real at all. It doesn't... Like, this is something that, like, I'm like absolutely speechless. I feel like I've been wanting tea for so long, and now I'm practically in touching distance, and it's just absolutely insane. I don't know how to explain it. It is a crazy feeling. I'm gonna have started testosterone by Christmas, and that is a really scary thought, and I'm trying to kind of stop myself from crying because it's just such an overwhelming feeling. It's really, really crazy. I just... to know that something I've wanted for so long, and it's been a big chunk of the past year, sort of battling through healthcare services to try and get to something that I need for the good of my mental health and everything, and it is there now. Thanks to this lovely man who has offered it to me. All in all, I am completely blown away and overwhelmed by this amazing, amazing opportunity, and I'm still really, really struggling to get my head around it, but I am so pleased, and I am so thankful for what has come out of this appointment. I'm so happy. That's pretty much it. So yeah, thank you, and I will speak to you guys soon. Hopefully when I'm starting testosterone, which is super cool. Right, bye guys.